Yeah, is the one lap board going to go out? Yes, just over there. Look, the one lap board has gone out.
Yeah, it is out. Yep, well spotted.
So 1 lap to go then for Jérémie Warnia. The weather is starting to take its toll here. It's starting to encroach up the shoreline and getting very close to the track. Oh, save that, Warnia, if you dare.
Right, now he's seen that board, and as you said, Paul, you do not relax. You still push as hard as ever.
He will try to push on as hard as ever. He knows he's got the fuel on board to be able to do it. He's obviously got a lot of riders around him. Now, unlike... normally what happens is the riders wait at the final corner, because sometimes the riders will go through at, if it's a 2.5 hour race, for instance, they might go through like 5 minutes before, for instance. So what happens then is other riders, slower riders, end up going, you know what, do I really want to do another 15-20 minutes? I'm going to park up in this final corner. All right, and so you get a bottleneck anyway, all waiting for the leader to come around. But because the 1 lap board has gone out, everyone is pretty much going to pass that the final turn, and they have to therefore, you know, start on another lap.
Yep.
So you know, it's going to be interesting in that respect. So
well, yeah, a lot of the people he's just passing now won't have seen the 1 minute board yet.
So 1 lap board, yeah.
Yeah, one lap board.
They wish it was a minute.
Oh. Mind you, there'll be other people out there saying, God, I wish this could go on for 24 hours more. I'm loving it so much.
Yeah, well, we're looking at the lap time then. 11 laps complete from Jérémie Warnia, 12 minutes 56.5, and Sherlin was 13:39. Still waiting for him to come over the line though. So you know, quite a significant gap.
He was 2.5 minutes behind, wasn't he? So that's Florian Margeau still in 3rd place, Randy Neveu in 5th, Jan Vleemans in 5th place, Axel Dutry in 6th, and Carl Bunt 7th, with
Barudio.
Sheldon Seal falling down to 13th. What's happened there? We're going for a break. We'll find out in just a moment.
So we're on the final lap here then at Le Touquet for the 20th edition of the Quadropale here on the northwest French coast, and it's still Jérémie Warnia leading his lap time last time around a full minute quicker than Antoine Sherlin, 27, who we were just looking at a moment ago. 12:56.5, 13:56.4. Those two are the only riders that have completed 11 laps, but as you can see, the tide is coming in now rather rapidly, and while we were on a commercial break, the machines, we had a perfect illustration of how the heavy artillery is out there building flood defenses for the riders to stop the waves from crashing in onto that home straight, certainly through the chicane areas towards the finish line. So the weather is a concern. I think the organisation have done a great job in recognising that and saying, we'll put that 1 lap board out a lap early. It's going to be a 12 lap race here, but it's Jérémie Warnia, number 1, leading the way. That guy there, Antoine Sherlin, 27, is in 2nd, and I say again, they're the only 2 guys that have completed 11 laps thus far.
Yeah, Yamaha, of course, the machine of choice. Top 12 Yamaha, all Yamaha apart from Honda running in 3rd with Florian Margeau, and a Suzuki with Carl Bunce in 7th, so the rest of it's all Yamaha. What a time to get stuck. Come on, get your act together. 110 bike there. Where's he running?
Well, he's a little bit down the order, isn't
that's
he? But,
Rodolphe Fauché. That's a Can-Am, which is one of the 1000cc machines, isn't it, as you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, well, still waiting for Florian Margeau to come through, Randy Neveu and Jan Vleemans, but tough conditions out on track now, but it'll be interesting to see whether Carl Bunce can remain inside the top 10, and so too Sheldon Seal. He dropped to 13th at the end of after 10 laps, but was that just rider error, because he was around about 20 seconds down on or maybe 6 seconds down, 20 seconds down on Michel Tranin last time around. But back with our race leader, he knows it's the final lap, he's on song. Yep. And still making it look very easy. And you see the nature of the ground here, Mark, where the holes, they're almost evenly rolled, but you need to hit everything square on, because obviously you've got the back wheels there, everything is in line. But look how high the tide is here. The riders, you know, just having to go through the waves at the top. So our top few riders now then on this final lap is Jérémie Warnia, 3 minutes 25 clear of Antoine Sherlin. Great ride for him. Florian Margeau is 3rd. Randy Neveu is 4th, but that gap was only 18 seconds.
This is the number 1 bike. He's in trouble.
Warnia.
Yep.
He's broke.
Warnia has slowed. Now, what was that all about? Has he switched on to reserve, or?
I don't know if they have reserves or not, but he would have made his pit stop, so I don't think it would have been a fuel issue.
Yeah, he just slowed, didn't he? And then fiddled around with something. I mean, he's got a 3.5 minute
Oh, he's
lead.
looking down again. He's looking down again. Has he got gearbox? The thing's cutting out on him. He's definitely got a misfire. Well, he had 3 minutes 25 clear, and this is going to be, well, will he make it over the line? So drama then on the final lap mark, Colt, here at Le Touquet. Our race leader since, what, lap 4 has been Jérémie Warnia, and he is now in trouble. He's trying to nurse that bike home. I wonder if it's something to do with this. Taking on water. Yeah. Look at that.
Ran into it, didn't he? And I wonder if that's what it was, yeah. Has he got water in everything? And if so, is it going to get him home? Because, of course, this is a long, long haul as he heads northwards.
Look,
being passed
he's a passenger. He's a passenger on that bike at the moment.
But at least he's still running. For how long?
But back markers, he would be doing 80, 90 miles an hour down here, and guys that he would just be blitzing past are leaving him for dead. So the race leader, the defending champion, might not make it to the line here. He might not make it 5 wins here at Le Touquet and join the likes of Blaise Parent, who had those 5 wins all on a Yamaha, of course. He knows, is he on borrowed time? Well, 3.5 minutes can seem like an eternity, and he knows exactly how long he's got left on this straight. Is he starting to pick back up again? Is it starting to sort itself out? His roll-offs are hanging off the side of the goggles, so he's got poor visibility issues as well. Wow. Drama here at Le Touquet.
Well, he does seem to have got it getting back up to speed again, isn't he?
But there are the flood defences there, look, stopping the water from encroaching even further up onto the bank.
Wasn't enough to save him at the southern end of the circuit, was it? He's into the home part now anyway. We haven't got that far to go. He does seem to have got it working again, doesn't he?
But it is further than you think, though, because we're only there by the garages, you know, like the little beach huts. So he's still got a bit of work to do. It might be all down to the final corner here. Wow. Can Warnia hold on?
Wow, high drama.
3:25 is coming down rapidly for our race leader. Jérémie Warnia just allowing the bike to do its thing through this section back down towards the final turn, but it's a long way down to the final corner. And he had a problem a moment ago. The bike seemed to be misfiring and spluttering after taking on a lot of water halfway down the straight, where the ocean has just engulfed the part of the racetrack, the channel, I should say. And he's now having to pick his way through. We don't see anything of our second place rider, Antoine Sherland. That gap was 3:25. He's probably even cruising himself, thinking, yeah, Warnier's too far down the road, and he's backed it off. But when he watches this, he'll be kicking himself if that is the case. But
well, at least Warnier's bike's still running. He might have a misfire, but it's still fairly pretty impressive. He's going back past people who are passing him
earlier. But he's not covering the ground as quickly as he was. You can see that. And he's hitting holes now where he wouldn't normally hit them in the way that he would normally hit them. And so, you know, again, it's a dangerous time for him because he's so used to covering his ground so much quicker and letting the suspension do its thing.
Yeah, just get me home, baby. Get me home, he's saying.
He's having to roll a lot more things here.
You can hear the public address has picked it up as well, and everyone's shouting him in on. Oh dear, that's a bit close as well, wasn't it?
How far? He's not too far away. He's not too far away. If he comes over the hill here now, here he is. He's within touching distance. But it won't mean anything if the bike was to break down now. He's in the final corner. Jérémie Warnia has nursed it home. He ends the final corner here. He takes the checkered flag. It's 5 in a row for Jérémie Warnia. Well, he had his heart in his mouth for, what, a good 5 minutes there. But the number 1 finishes in first place. And it'd be interesting to hear what he has to say, what happened on that final lap. But 5 wins now for Jérémie Warnia. And he enters the record books alongside Blaise Parent, who also has 5 wins here in this grueling beach race event.
He thought he'd lost it all, didn't he? Of course, you got the rest of the field behind him. We're going to have to go through that same lake, as it were.
Here's Francis Magnano.
We're saying high drama on that last lap there, Jeremy. What happened?
Il se trouve qu'on connaît un peu la mécanique et que vous saviez que c'était compliqué. Si vous avez pris trop d'eau dans votre système d'alimentation, ça pouvait être la panne définitive. Vous avez perdu de la puissance, très nettement, vous avez perdu de la vitesse, vous êtes fait doubler. Et là, vous vous êtes dit, est-ce que je vais au bout?
Ah non, mais le dernier tour, je crois, le plus fou de ma vie. Comme Francis a dit, il a très bien expliqué, je me suis pris une bâche d'eau. Et là, je me suis dit, mais non, mais non. Et donc, du coup, le dernier retour,
He said, yeah, I went into the, I hit this lake at the end of, other end of the circuit, and the bike was just cutting out. It was coming, going, coming, going.
Mon Yamaha a super bien marché jusqu'à la bâche d'eau.
So I just nursed it home, said, get me home, get me home.
Mes parents, mes mécanos, Aurel, vraiment super année, je suis vraiment super heureux.
Magnifique bataille, on a vu qu'Antoine vous a tenu quand même la dragée haute un bon moment.
Ouais,
Yeah, thanking his parents as well as...
il a très bien roulé, au début de course il était là et après j'ai essayé de pousser jusqu'à arriver première ligne d'arrivée, donc c'était vraiment super.
Yeah, I just kept pushing and pushing after that happened, but I had a great race up until then.
Vraiment super course.
Merci, on vous laisse avancer.
It was because of this water that
On va laisser